What's going on, guys? We're back to another week of staying salty. As I'm sure you guys probably know by now, this week's topic is medication and adherence and compliance. So it sounds like I'm going to be sharing all my secrets with you guys on where I hide my treatments at and how I stick to my treatments.
I got cystic fibrosis. See, I've got cystic fibrosis.
But anyway, I'm running tight on schedule. This week I'm actually speaking at Vertex at the end of the week. So I'm going to try to film this video, make my speaking points, my PowerPoint, and all that in one night so I can get ready. But anyway, just got home from work, so I'm going to make me some dinner real quick while I talk to you guys. So adhering to your medications is super important. And this isn't something like I knew as I was growing up. You know, I didn't understand the impact of CF and what it could have on your life and how it could control your life if you don't do the right things to prevent that. And so what happened with me is, you know, you guys know I got sicker and sicker in college and whatnot. And after I got so sick that I was on the ventilator and was told I needed oxygen and all this other stuff the rest of my life, I pretty much made an oath that I would not skip any treatments just to see if it would work and make me better. So since then, so it's been about 3 years now, I really have not skipped hardly a single treatment. And even Jenny, who sees like people skip treatments all the time or people that come to the hospital all the time, is pretty impressed with the fact that I haven't in a long time, and I am too. Now what's the downside of that? Well, you know, I'm not getting better. My lung function isn't just skyrocketing, or I'm not just going out running marathons or anything. But what if I didn't do my treatments, you know? So that's the fear is, well, if I didn't do my treatments, how much worse would I be right now? And I know for me particularly, there was an instance where I was taking Pulmozyme and I switched jobs, and so I didn't have insurance for about 2 weeks. So I ran out of Pulmozyme, and I actually felt a difference. And that was the first time I've taken a medication that is like for CF, as far as, you know, not albuterol inhaler where it's like a bronchodilator, but a medication directed at CF patients that I actually noticed an immediate benefit from, or I guess in this case it was not a benefit, but since I was out of it, I did feel like my mucus got thicker and stickier, and this is a weird angle for you guys, isn't it? When I play this back on the TV or on the computer, it's gonna be sideways. I'm gonna try to fix that real quick. All right, guys. So I hope that's a little bit better. Still a little bit crooked, but anyway, I'm about to show you my medication, so the screen will turn the correct way anyway. But anyway, so like I was saying, I was out of Pulmozyme for a couple weeks. I had noticed that my mucus was getting thicker, stickier. I kind of felt worse. And, you know, I said, well, maybe this isn't the fact that I'm out of Pulmozyme. Well, it turns out once my insurance came through and I actually got it again, I felt better within a few days. So that was the first time I was like, oh, crap, you know, maybe these medications really are helping us. And it's just not something that we can see an immediate benefit from. So that even reinforced me more to do my treatments all the time. And, you know, there's several tips I have for you guys that, like, would help you stick to doing your treatments and help you not miss a treatment. So I'll go ahead and show you those now, and I'll show you what medications I take. Okay, so I think the most logical approach would go ahead and show you guys what medications I take, so that way you can understand where my hiding spots are and things like that. So right at the bat, here are my morning medications that I put in these little pill containers. And so I'll show you this real quick. So we have these pill containers right here. And every morning, you know, I fill this up for a week, or actually Jenny helps me a lot on this. But we fill these up for about 4 or 5 weeks in advance, and they're filled up with all these medications right here. So, you know, your omeprazole is the normal, azithromycin over here. Of course, we have our enzymes. We all need our enzymes. My special A-deck vitamin, or whatever aqua deck this is for CF. I really think this actually does a lot. I used to not think so, but I really do now. Over here, we just have a multivitamin, normal. Over here, vitamin C, and we have calcium. Januvia, so this is for my impaired blood sugars, and it helps my body create insulin so that my blood sugars don't get too high after I eat meals. And here is vitamin D. So all these medications, guys, go in these weekly containers. And in the mornings, I always have one weekly container just sitting next to me wherever I eat breakfast at every day. And then, it's real simple for me to get up, take a shower, do my treatments, and right away, as soon as I have breakfast in front of me, my weekly med container is right there. So that's one way that, I think is just the easiest way to stay on top of your meds is make them more convenient. Sorry guys, my camera out of space, so I need to stop filming so many videos. But anyway, so yeah, like I was saying, it's all about convenience. We like everything in the palm of our hand, such as our smartphones nowadays. So try to make your meds as convenient as possible. I think you'll find that you will be able to use them a lot more adherently and not miss treatment. So on to my medications. Like I just showed you, the morning medications over here. We bought a big tub, which is over here, this Warlock of a thing right here. And this has all my medications in it. So this is where we store pretty much everything. Over here I have my natural therapies. You guys know I'm into essential oils, so I have a lot of those down here. And yeah, they probably look like a mess right now. But yeah, so all my natural therapies are out here on top. I have some of the older stuff I tried back in the day. Of course, I got my Orkambi way up high. Down here in the second drawer, I have my nebulization meds. Nebulized meds I do. So I have my albuterol. I have my hypertonic, and I actually do a 3% hypertonic because the 7% would always make me feel real tight and short of breath afterwards. And I actually coughed up blood a couple times when I tried to use it twice a day. So I do my hypertonic once a day in the mornings. It's 3%. I do albuterol morning and night, and I do my inhaler in the middle of the day. I have an extra cornet laying down here, and I have a lot of saline vials if I ever need to dilute, maybe say my hypertonic because maybe it feels too strong that day. And then in the back, hiding back here is my Atrovent. So Atrovent's been really great because a lot of times if I feel anxious or just feel like I'm overwhelmed with mucus, that sounds pretty gross. Anyway, my lungs just feel really full and I can't take a deep breath or anything. Atrovent actually helps a lot, and it's not really recommended for CF, I don't think, but it just dries everything up. Feels like there's a lot more space in my lungs, and that calms down my anxiety and helps me, go to sleep or relax. So I have found it very useful. I might use it once a week, once every couple weeks, whatever. It's just a nebulizer, neb med, that takes like 10 minutes. So this fourth drawer down here, I have my nebulizers, I would call them. So I have all my clean nebs in a bag, and I have all my dirty nebs over here. So it's real easy for me to go ahead and grab a clean neb, each morning and night, and then when I'm done with it, I just toss it over here. And that's about it for my meds, guys. These white drawers here might hold some of our inventory. So, a few pill containers out here. And I think that's about it. Now I showed all you my medications to you. Now I'll show you where I hide them, and I'll show you what I mean real quick. All right, guys. So I'm at my front door right here. Front door. We got the stairs over here. And in front of me is my living room, which I'm not going to show you guys just yet, because I want you to see, if you walked into this house, you can't see medications. And I like it like that. As you guys might already know, I don't like to embrace myself in CF, if that makes sense. I don't want CF to be all about my life. I want it to be a part of my life, but not something that controls every aspect. So I don't really want to walk in the door all the time and see medicines or medication. I don't want my guests to do that either. So I'll show you guys where I hide my meds, where it's convenient for me, but yet, it's just not out there in the open and obvious. So right here, right at the bat, you're going to see this big little cart that we bought, and it's just super convenient. But obviously, this is obvious when you walk in, just to let you know. This cart right here. So if you look at this living room, the size of my light over here and my, tripod, but we got the TV, no medications here. We got the little coffee table, recliner, I love that thing, couch, and just the normal stuff. But you obviously can see this cart here. We just bought this recently, and it's super, super handy, guys. So this cart, I put my vest obviously on top. I use my vest every morning and night, usually. I do my cornet, my airway clearance handheld devices in the afternoons or after work. So I have my hoses and my my vest go in the middle, and then down here is my nebulizer machine. And I think it's the Mobile Air. It's super fast, about 10-15 minutes, and my meds are done. Then, of course, I got lazy, and some of my dirty nebs are over here. So, besides that one thing, which is on wheels and can be rolled anywhere, so I just simply plug it in over here, and then when we have company or I don't want to see it anymore, I just roll it out to the kitchen. Besides that, that's pretty much all you see med-wise. And the reason being is we bought this big coffee table here that has a second shelf, or whatever you want to call it. So obviously down here, all my essential oils that I use regularly are down here. I kind of get lazy. I don't go put them back. My spittoon cup. As I said, I eat breakfast right here. So my weekly meds are here. So we got Thursday coming up. This would be my antibiotic I'm currently on. Long story, but I have costochondritis, which apparently resembles pleurisy. It makes you feel like you're having a heart attack. So I've had really bad chest pains the past few days, and that's what I have now. So yay me, it's a lot of fun, right? Anyway, moving on. So ibuprofen is a must, especially with the inflammation in my ribs, which is what the Costo is that I have. I have my Power Lung, which Chelsea, I think, showed you guys, and I got one after I saw her video. So thank you, Chelsea, for that. And I have my enzymes, which I take with every meal. This is one thing you don't want to miss, guys. It is just plain dumb to miss your enzymes, because if you miss these, you more than likely will have pretty bad stomach aches, and you have to eat. So don't miss meals, don't miss enzymes. Then I have my Cornet, which is my airway clearance handheld device, and then I have my inhalers. So albuterol, Symbicort back here, and my Aerobica if I choose to use that. To me, the Aerobica is a lot less powerful and more gentle on my lungs and my breathing in general than the Cornet. The Cornet, I think, is more effective, but when I'm sick or I'm tired, I don't want to put in the effort to do the Cornet, so I do the Aerobica. So those are where, or those, that's where I hide all those. I hide them down on this bottom shelf. And on top of this, guys, we're actually going to get some whatever you call them, drawers or whatever to put right here to put all this stuff in, so it looks even more concealed. And then back here, I have my Caisson neb. So luckily this couch has a lot of cushion in it, or a lot of padding, and behind it is my Caisson neb, and that's plugged up right there. So it's very easy to obviously come back here, get my Caisson neb, go down here, you know, get any pills I need, and then reach over to my right if I want to do my nebulizer or my vest and do this. So as you guys see, it might be lazy, but everything's very convenient and makes it very easy for me to do my medications. And that's the best approach. Like I said, I think that's the best approach you can do, because you don't want your medications to feel more like a burden than they already do, right? We want to live normal lives. We want to go out and do things. You know, I have a full-time career. I work 40 hours a week at least. I don't want to have to run down my nebs or run down my pills and then set timers and whatnot and try to remember to take those. So this is what I do. I think the whole convenience is the best approach. On top of that, I got one more thing to show you guys real quick, and that is the app I made and how I track my medications for when I go to the doctor's office. So I have my iPhone here, and you can see if I go to the app, My Fight Against Cystic Fibrosis, opens up. We got a menu over here, and so of course I have CF, I have news, clinics. So clinics, I just want to show you guys, I think it's really cool. You go to clinics, and it's all US, all Canada. You type a state, and it shows you every clinic with their info right there for the state. So that's pretty cool. I'm proud of that. Anyway, treatments, medications, reminders, my history, things like that. And so I always have my medications here. And if I go to daily med list, this shows all my medications that I'm on, and it shows the dosage and when I take them. So that way, when I go to the doctor's office, I just hand them my phone, and they can write down whatever they need to, or they can just verify with their records that they already have. Very simple, very fast, and very convenient. On top of that, I have reminders in here. So you can go to reminders and they can be categorized by appointments and medication. But this is where I put in reminders. If I have like, clinic appointment, if I'm on an antibiotic like I am now, I actually just started yesterday, but if I'm on an antibiotic and I need to take that twice a day, or if I'm on IVs, I need to take them twice, 3 times, whatever a day, 4 times maybe. I always put that in the app so that way, obviously I can remember. And I like all my CF stuff to be in one place. I don't want to write down a note in my notes app, and I don't want to set a timer on my alarm app and things like that. I like to all be in one place. And that's partly why I made that app for the iPhone. Sorry guys, not for Android. I made that app for the iPhone only just because I wanted to give people a tool to try to keep all their CF related stuff in one spot. Sadly, I haven't gotten to work on it in a long time, but it is coming. I'm getting free time opening up more and more. So as I do, I will definitely update that and improve it as much as I can. If there's any suggestions you guys have, if you already use it, let me know in the comments. That'd be great. But yeah, so that's it, guys. I hope this video helped you guys. Like I said, I'm kind of short on time, so I don't mean to rush, but I wanted to get this video in, and I wanted to get ready to speak at Vertex here in a few days. And I think my flight is actually tomorrow morning. So anyway, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited. Look at my Instagram, Defy to Breathe. I will post pics all I can. They're not gonna let me do too much, but I will post all I can of the the labs or my speaking, all that kind of thing. I haven't decided if I'm gonna take my video or my camera there and film some video or not, but should be pretty cool. I'm excited about that. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish my dinner and start eating. I hope that helped you guys. It's super important to stay adherent to your meds. I know it gets old. It's easy to forget. It's easy to just want to go do something else. But it's really important because you don't know what could happen if you don't take those. And when that thing does happen, if you don't take those, it could be too late to correct that. So that's why you just really need to stay on top of it. Like I said, convenience is the big benefit, or not the big benefit, the big tool to have when it comes to adherence to your meds. And on top of that, guys, make a routine. Every morning I wake up, I do my meds right away. I do my treatments, then I go shower, then I come back downstairs and eat and head off to work. As soon as I get home from work, or even on my lunch break, I might go out to my car, do my inhalers, do my airway clearance handheld device, and go back to work. I come home from work, I immediately do my treatments before I eat dinner or anything else, and then right before I go to bed, usually treatments are my last thing I do. So I really have a strict routine as far as when I do my treatments, and that really helps me set aside time and helps with the time management of my daily life. So hope this video helped you guys. I know all the channel members have had some pretty good videos so far. I think this week is very important. So please let me know if you like my video. Thumbs up, comment down below if you don't mind, and of course subscribe if you haven't subscribed already to our channel. But anyway, I will see you guys next Thursday. Be sure to look out for tomorrow, which would be Chelsea's video, and we'll see you then, guys. All right, I'll see you next Thursday. Hashtag, I can't do hashtag with only one hand. Hashtag stay salty.
See, I've got cystic fibrosis.